What's up, guys? Chris of Chess Sports Cards here. How is everyone? Another wonderful, fun week of breaks starting up. Hope everybody is well. We are doing this little Donruss Mega Box break, 5-box break, coming up at 10 o'clock. It's 9:58. So just hang out for a minute. We'll get rolling. Thanks for joining us tonight. Really got to figure out this, making this microphone easier. I think I got shit. All right, what's going on, everyone? Chris of Chess Sports Cards here. Welcome to another fun week of breaks. Big day tomorrow. Topps Chrome comes out tomorrow. People are either very happy about that or very upset. As I spoke about last week, prices are already declining rapidly. I hope you didn't get buy any on too early a pre-order, because they're not, But Blowout was selling them for $400 on pre-order. Now they have them at like $350. You'll see tomorrow they'll be at $300. It just sucks that they take advantage of people that way. Anyway, welcome. Especially for anybody who's new to the channel, welcome. I don't know if we have any newbies in this one, but why not? We'll go through it anyway. We've been around for 5 years now. We we break mostly baseball, with a little bit of everything else mixed in. We ship all cards from every break. We're very generous with the top loading. We ship as quickly as our little hands will move. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. We do free breaks. In fact, we got one coming up. I got to start working on it. I have been a bad breaker. I have not started working on the free break yet, but I will this week. But we do free breaks. In fact, we have one coming up in a couple of weeks. And your way to get into a free break is to subscribe to the YouTube channel. You subscribe to the YouTube channel. You make sure you're publicly subscribed so I can see your name. And your name goes in the random with the other 3,000 or 4,000 people. But, your name could still come up. And we also do confirm the spots, which is harder than you think to do. I think the last break, it took us over 100 spots to get 30 confirmed people, because I want to make sure people can get the cards, they have their address and stuff like that. So, and if you don't get into this one, maybe you get another one after that. Who knows? But all you got to do is hit that little subscribe button, that little watermark down there in the corner, and your name will always be in there. And then the website, chesssportscards.com. The only thing we have up there, we have a couple up there right now, but we're about to reload it this weekend with Immaculate and Museum and Topps Chrome and all that fun stuff. So go check out the site. We just gave away a box of Clearly Authentic a few hours ago for everyone who bought into the last 3 breaks that we sold out, and we'll have more giveaways coming up. So always check it out. There's always coupon codes there. We're always giving boxes away, all kinds of stuff. So, check out the website, chesssportscards.com. All right, let's go over the teams. D-backs, TS, Braves, Brent W, Orioles, Chris F, Red Sox and Cubs, Trevor W, White Sox and Reds, James V. All right, here we go. Basically, like 2 people bought out this whole break. Rockies, Tigers, Royals, Astros. Make sure I got it right. Rockies, Tigers, Royals, Astros. Yeah, is Brent W. Angels is James V. Dodgers, Brewers is Brent W. Twins is Chris F. Marlins, James V. Mets, Brent W. Yankees, James V. A's, Brent W. Phillies and Pirates, James V. Cardinals, Rich L. Padres, James V. Giants, Trevor W. Mariners and Rays, James V. Rangers, Josh L. And then Blue Jays and Nationals, James V. Christoph and Rich, how are you this evening, boys? All right, so we got some mega boxes of Donruss. Let's check them out. We haven't opened any of these, so I saw them. I figure, what the hell? Let's try them one time, see if they're any good. The ones from they were optics actually. The optic megas. We did a fair few of those last year. They were pretty good. So these are 6 chunky packs, right? 6 chunk. Oh no, there's 5. There's 6. Good thing we checked the box. All right, there we go. Empty box. Good. All right, six chunky packs of 19 cards in a pack. So you're certainly going to get your fill of cards out of this break. That's for sure. All right, let's bring this down a little bit and let's see what we got. So find 12 mega box exclusive hollow pink and 12 pink firework parallels per box on average. And there should be an auto in each box too. So let's see what we got. These will be fun. All right. Nando. There's a Matt Olson Liberty parallel. They're not numbered, but they're somewhat rare. Brooks Robinson, Cabrian Hayes, Jacob deGrom Marvels, and Harper Unleashed. These are just the pinks. They're not numbered, but we'll make sure the good ones get sleeved and top loaded. Just gonna kind of stack them up for now because there's gonna be a lot of them. So this weekend, lots of Topps Chrome hobbies this weekend. I do have jumbos coming in too, which we'll probably do up next week. Bowman Megas this weekend also. We will have Tuesday breaks next week. Joey Votto, red, white, and blue. Robbie Ray. Aaron Ashby rated rookie pink. Mancini trending pink. And Palmares rated prospect pink. As I can see, yeah, Tuesday we're going to have some more Chrome and some Series 2 on Tuesday. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Topps Fire just shipped today. So hopefully we'll have that for next week. Topps Fire coming from Topps. I don't know about Target Topps Fire if they've shipped yet. Shane Bieber 2 2022 for Cleveland. Ty France, Ichiro, Matt Olson Dominators, and Shohei Bomb Squad. That is a cool card right there. Shohei Pink Bomb Squad. So, but Topps Fire should be fun. We have a case coming from Topps. I always like Fire when it comes. I mean, it's not an expensive product, which is nice. They do have everybody in them as far as autos go. I mean, they're not crazy, but everybody is in that product. It is quote unquote a Target exclusive, and it's actually cheaper from Target than it is with Topps, but by a couple bucks. All right, Frank Thomas, Ichi is the nickname, I guess. Ichi, Vladdy Unleashed, and Trevor Story Elite Series. So, but I mean, I ordered those from Topps like a month ago, so it'd be nice if they came in. There's something else to break. Immaculate is out tomorrow. I didn't schedule it for this weekend because I'm not 100% sure it's going to get here in time. But we'll have a little bit of Immaculate for next week. And Prism is coming out. Although they just pushed Prism back another week. So I think it's the last week of September. Diamond Kings, Devers, and 1988 retro auto of Sheldon Newsy for the Doyers. For Brent. So I think I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. I think they pushed it back to I forget when, but they pushed it back by like another week. Prism, so, but hopefully it'll come out soon. Garrett Cole, Crawford, Hit List, Altuve, and Trending Cedric Mullins. And if anybody was in the breaks on Sunday, we did we took 10% of the total sales and donated to the Keystone Wounded Warrior Project. And because it was 9/11, we got a 50% match from the Angel Foundation, and I matched it also, which brought it up a little more, and ended up being close to $1,100 that we donated to Keystone Wounded Warrior Foundation. So I thank everybody who was involved in the breaks on Sunday night. Andre Jackson rated rookie to 2022. Ryan McMahon, Tony Santillan. Ooh, there's a Trout pink marbles for the Angels. Nice. And Arenado Unleashed. As we talked about before, I didn't announce it beforehand because it was the first time we ever did it. I didn't want it to be like I was trying to do some scummy thing or whatever, you know. Oh, what is that? Why is my alarm going? Oh, stop that nonsense. But we will do it again in the future. I've done stuff with them in the past through my other business. So, and in the future, although I was pretty stupid. I guess I do have super chat. I suppose I could have asked if anybody wanted to donate on Sunday. I never even thought about it. I've never even done a super chat or received one or even mentioned that we have it. But like on the bottom of the chat there, you see the little $ thing. I guess you can do super chat or whatever. So I guess maybe in the future, if we do it, I can ask if you guys want to donate or something. You can like donate through there or something like I don't know. So I was reading afterwards, but either way, still a nice donation. I think the total was like $1094.20 or something like that with the match and all that. So came out to be pretty decent. On what was a very fun weekend of breaks. We pulled a ton of good stuff last week. Honestly, a financially miserable weekend for breaks on this side, but that's okay. That museum case was a monster. I mean, got all kinds of craziness. In fact, if anybody was here, that book, that one book we got is going up for sale tomorrow. If anybody is interested in it, the Pete Alonso. There's a Kalenic Liberty for Seattle. Seaver, Rogers, Machado, and Garcia. The two gentlemen who owned it have decided to have me sell it for them. So if anybody is interested in the 101 Pete Alonso, DJ LeMahieu book for museum, it will be up tomorrow. Hernandez. And Goldleiber, Mitch Haniger, Hans Kruse, rated rookie. Andy Pages, a rated prospect. And there you go. There's a nice Mike Trout bomb squad pink. For James. Next up, we got the 2020 Bowman Platinum Megas coming up next. And then the little Bowman Mixer later tonight. For Detroit, Jaime Candelario to 42, 36 of 42. For Brent, Shane McClanahan, Adam Wainwright, Ricky Henderson, and Jacob deGrom, Dominators. Yeah, it was nice, Rich. It felt good to do something on 9/11. Do something. What else can you do? Raise money is the best thing you can do. It's so funny. I somehow got into this was just this morning. So I've had all this crazy catering all week, which is horrible. Tatis, Brandon Crawford, Bellinger, and Trey Turner. All this crazy breakfast catering. We have it all next week too. And so like every day I've been up at like 3 in the morning. And I was in there today and I got everything done and I still had like 20 minutes before I had to go out. So I was just kind of screwing around on my phone. And somehow I started reading about Live Aid. And I really forgot a lot about Live Aid. For those of you who are not old enough to remember Live Aid, Ryan Castellini for Colorado is Brent. Um, like I remember, I was like 13, 12 years old, 11 years old, somewhere around there. What was it, 1985, right? I think I was 11 turning 12. And the funny thing was, I started reading about it because I was listening to Queen when I was the Grom Marvels and Hoppa Unleashed. And I started thinking about the movie and started thinking about Live Aid. And just one of those kind of holes I went down. But man, that was a crazy concert. It really was. And what was really interesting was I was reading about the people who weren't in it and why. And one of the big things, and I'm sure many of you don't really care, but one of the really big things I had never heard before was Bruce Springsteen, who of course didn't play. They actually moved the concert to accommodate him. John Heasley, Kansas City to 2022. So again, for those of you who are in more my age group or older, in their late 40s, early 50s or older, that summer, the two biggest bands in the world were Phil Collins and Bruce Springsteen. Bruce Springsteen had Born in the USA. That was his, I mean, he obviously Bruce was popular before that, but that was his like mega, mega. Um, and Bob Geldof, who put together Live Aid, actually moved the concert from July 6th to July 13th so Springsteen could play in it. Like literally, I mean, think of the undertaking back then of putting this on. Nowadays, you can do this like it's nothing, but back then, and then Springsteen still didn't play. And there was an interview there with him that apparently was from some years later that he admitted in the interview he didn't realize how big it really was at the time. Like, obviously, he was a busy guy. He was basically like the biggest act in the world at the time. McClanahan, Whit Merrifield, Altuve, and Albies. And he just admittedly said, like, I didn't realize how big it was actually going to be. Like, I just kind of blew it off. I thought that was kind of interesting. And there was a whole bunch of other people that I never even thought of that weren't involved, or weren't in the concert, like Michael Jackson or Prince, or who else? There were a couple other really huge names that, surprisingly enough, weren't there or in the show. But man, what a concert that was! That was crazy. There's a Wander Franco Rated rookie. A nice Wander Franco Rated rookie pink. Tatis, Trevor Story. There's Tatis Marbles and Aaron Judge Unleashed. And for those of you who do remember it, and JFK Stadium here in Philadelphia is where it was held at. And not long after Live Aid, JFK was torn down just a few years later. That place was a hole. It was so, first of all, it was massive. It was so big. Like it held like 100,000 people, but it was falling apart at the seams for years. And then a couple years after Live Aid, there's a pudge for Texas 2022. Jordan Pink, Machado, and Garcia. Um, there was a Grateful Dead concert there, like I want to say in maybe '87, and a large section of the bleachers or seats like collapsed like during the concert. Not that that's funny, but it kind of tells you the condition of that stadium at the time, you know. And then it was condemned, and then they tore it down. But McCovey, Brandon Marsh rated rookie pink, Andy Pages, and another Mike Trout bomb squad pink. I actually went there for one concert when I was a kid. I saw U2 play there on the was it Joshua Tree tour? Yeah, because I think it was during the Joshua Tree tours when they like ended up condemning it, like right around that time. And because one of the last concerts ever there was Joshua Tree, and my sister, someone took me to it. I don't remember. It might have been my sister, but that was very cool. I'm sorry, I'm just kind of rambling about the old days. 88 retro Tucker Davidson for Atlanta. There we go. Nice Tucker Davidson. Sounds like the Redskins Stadium. You know what was weird about JFK is it wasn't like if you've ever been, well, I mean, any stadium is super tall now. Back then, it was really long. It wasn't very high. It's so weird. Like, I can see it in my head, like driving past it as a kid. And when they tore it down, they actually built two stadiums on the site that it was on because it was like a huge horseshoe, but it wasn't very high. It was just huge. Whereas like if you've ever been to Penn State and seen Penn State's football stadium, it's so high, like you get a nose. I mean, they literally are like nosebleed seats there because it's a very small stadium, but it's super tall. And that stadium at Penn State, man, it's such a crazy angle. Like you can like fall off the top and kill yourself. Falafel for Texas, 20 of 50. But yeah, it was God, that place was huge. It was so big. Boy, runaway. Donaldson, Carew, Bellinger, and Trey Turner. Nowadays, man, all these stadiums are so nice and so like JFK was one of those stadiums where it was like the seats were like concrete. You know what I mean? It was like all a big like concrete mold, the entire stadium. Even the seats and everything in there were. I mean, the Veterans Stadium wasn't much better, to be honest with you. Veterans Stadium was a hole. There was actually an article. Again, I don't know. I mean, I know Rich is from the area, but I don't know, Rich, if you saw this, but there's an article about this guy who lived in Veterans Stadium for like 5 years in one of the uh, um, like old concession stands that they didn't use anymore. And the guy literally moved in and lived in there for 5 years and used to have parties in there and players used to go and drink during games. And it was crazy. I was just reading about it maybe last year. If you didn't hear about it, look it up. It's hilarious. But like people knew he was there. Coaches, players, all kinds of stuff, whoever this guy was. Simeon, Stargell, Vladdy Marbles, and Mike Trout unleashed. Um, but yeah, Veteran Stadium was disgusting. That place. They said when they were, and again, this could just be a urban legend. They said when they were setting it up for demolition, like when the bombs started going off, that like thousands and thousands of rats came running out of it as it was exploding. Like it was like this whole group just like, holy shit, we're out of here. You know, like what happened? Max Fried, Kershaw, Eloy, and Whit Merrifield. Yeah, that's a crazy story. And it's not like this guy, like he lived there. I mean, he literally like built an apartment in there, and like people knew he was there. Players would drink with him. I forget who the guy was, but it's a very interesting story. That's for sure. That place was oh, it was disgusting. But when you were kids around here, Urias for Milwaukee to 2022. Anderson, Olson, Buxton, and Simeon bomb squad. Um, Veteran Stadium was so big, especially for Phillies games. Like to sell out Veteran Stadium was like almost impossible. It was like way too big for um, for a baseball team. And what they used to do around here was well, they still have Philly Franks hot dogs. They're called Philly Franks, and they used to get free tickets in the packs of hot dogs. So like you could go. We used to do it when we were teenagers. Well, when like 13 or whatever. If we wanted to go to a game, we'd just go to the local supermarket. We'd buy a pack of hot dogs for $2, $3, whatever it was. Rip the ticket out of it and throw the hot dogs away. Crawford, Lopez, Soto, and there's a very nice rated prospect, Julio Rodriguez. Pink fireworks parallel. Very nice one for Seattle. For James. And you would get tickets to the 700 level, the infamous 700 level. And it still didn't matter because you could still go down like 700 levels are all the way at the top of the stadium, but there were so many open seats that they might just walk down from there. So you'd get a ticket to a baseball game for like $2.99. Those old stadiums, man, those old like crossover stadiums, they were no joke. And for Miami, Jose Devers autograph for James. Go, buddy. I'm just looking at that Rodriguez. That's a really cool card. I don't know how well you can see the firework parallel on it, but very cool card. Real Muto, Brock, Altuve, and Albies. Hmm. Yeah, I heard that before. Yeah, it was not. I was at the last game at the Vet, the NFC Championship. Um, Mike Yastrzemski to 2022 for San Francisco when they lost to Tampa Bay. And I wasn't quite in the 700 level. I was in the 600 level, but boy, we were close enough, man. It is brutal. I mean, I've been in the 700 level many times. Uh, there's a Tatis Marvels and Judge Unleashed. You know what was weird, and I mean, I assume you see this in all stadiums nowadays between seat licenses and like, and I don't mean this to be offensive to anyone, but the people who were season ticket holders at the Vet, I swear a large percentage of them were like homeless. Like they just saved all year. Like because not that it was certainly cheap at the end, but you didn't have the seat licenses and all this where it's so ridiculously expensive to have season tickets to a football team. And like it was generational. They had these Eagles season tickets in their families for, 30, 40, 50 years. And you used to go to the games and see the season ticket holders up there, and I mean, they were a rough crowd. Aaron Ashby rated a rookie Liberty. Like, and the big thing when they opened the link was that was a lot of people's big complaint is that they went out of their way to get rid of all those people by just pushing them out, money wise. Shohei Marvel's Pink Fireworks and Jordan Unleashed. And, honestly, I think that was kind of the plan because the crowd was so rough up there. It was, yeah, you in many ways were taking your life in your own hands going to the 700 level back in the day. I thought they were going to rip the stadium down that when they lost to Tampa in that NFC Championship game. Like, that was one of the craziest and most fun games I've ever been to, just from the energy and this and that, Cedric Mullins, Diamond Kings. But it was a Jaron Duran rated rookie, Liberty, or Independence. Brujon rated rookie Pink, Guriel, and Riley. But when they lost that game, I thought there was going to be a riot. I was sure of it. It was hard enough getting in. Getting into that game was so difficult. And my wife and I went with this guy who I worked with at the time, I was the chef and he was the general manager of my restaurant. And we went with our wives. But my wife is a massive football, just sports fan in general. She always has been. My wife is tiny. She's like 4'10", 85 pounds or whatever. Luis Castillo to 100 for Cincinnati. And his wife was the same way, this girl, Emily. She's a real tiny thing. And the gates were so clogged trying to get into that NFC Championship game. They literally like crawled on their hands and knees in between people's legs. And me and the guy were like stuck outside. We couldn't even get in. But they got in no problem. So we actually didn't even make it into our seat until like the Eagles had already scored or on that interception. There's a Henry Davis rated prospect, Pink Fireworks, and Salvi. You never got to experience the vet. Yeah, it was. Believe me, I went to many very good, very cool games there and enjoyed the hell out of it. But it was. I mean, it was run by the city. Stadiums are different now. They're run by the teams now. They used to, the teams used to rent them or, were in charge of them, but they were owned by the city back then, and they took no care of them whatsoever. I mean, to be honest with you, the vet just stank of urine, and it was falling apart everywhere. Americano, Mundo, the Harper, Acuna Unleashed Fireworks, and Paul Goldschmidt, Dominator Fireworks. So not only was it in disrepair and poorly built to begin with, I mean, honestly, the actual construction of it was pretty bad. It was just in such horrible condition, you know. Whereas now most of the stadiums are either owned or fully controlled by the teams, and they're taken care of much better now. It's so funny when you look kind of diagonal from where the vet was and see, um, the link where the Eagles play. Ryan Vlade for Colorado, and see where they play now. It's like the link has all these like wind turbines on top of it because they're green and this and that. It's like, what? Like, if that was in the city's control, it would be crumbling. Yeah, well, and that was always the joke about there is they said they used to open the doors because of the wind in there. Like, I'm sure you've heard it's a very popular story that like if you would open there, like if you had the doors open in a certain way inside Giant Stadium, like it would create a wind tunnel. And guys, when they were kicking field goals, they would have guys stationed at the doors to open all the doors to try and push the kicks off. It's nuts. I'm excited. We're going a couple weeks to the Eagles game. I haven't been in a long time. Jaron Duran rated rookie. Otto Lopez, rated rookie to 2022. Shohei, Manning, Acuna, Marvels, Fireworks, and Stan Musial, Unleashed Fireworks. Yeah, it's been a while. I mean, since well before the pandemic, since I went to a game. So it'll be fun. It'll be very all right, guys. I want to thank everyone for joining us. Sorry, I'm just running my mouth here. I want to thank everyone for joining us this evening. As always, I couldn't do this without you guys, and I do truly appreciate it. If you're not in any of our other breaks tonight, we will be back this weekend with lots of Chrome, Topps Chrome coming out tomorrow. Also, we got Bowman Mega Boxes on the weekend. And something else. I can't think what it is. So, if you'd like to join us, we would love to have you. Please, please, please stay safe and stay healthy out there. And bear with me for 1 sec while I put a quick hit recap. All right. Hit recap for 2022 Donruss 5 Megabox break number 7. We have a ton of pinks here. So I pulled a few that are definitely going to be sleeved and top loaded. I'm going to go through them and we'll pull out more. Believe me, some of the top guys and so on and so forth. Those are all pinks back there. But let's do a quick hit recap. We did have this Julio Rodriguez, a pink fireworks rated prospect. Very cool card. Congrats on that one. Jaron Duran rated a rookie on the Stars. Other stuff and numbered stuff that we pulled out. These, of course, will all be top loaded. Wander Franco rated rookie. Liberties of Olson, Kalenic, and Aaron Ashby rated rookie. Some pinks. Otani Bomb Squad. Trout Marvels. Trout Bomb Squad. Brandon Marsh rated rookie. Another Trout Bomb Squad. Otani Marvels. Henry Davis rated prospect. Fireworks pink there. To 2022, Shane Bieber, John Hazley, Andres Jackson, Pudge, Urias, Stremski, and Otto Lopez. We had a Candelario to 42 for Detroit, Falafel to 50, and Castillo to 100. Then autographs, we had Ryan Velade, Jose Devers for Miami, Tucker Davidson for Atlanta, Ryan Castellini for Colorado, and Sheldon Noyce for the Dodgers. So, all right, guys, again, thank you so much for joining me. We will get these out to you as quickly as we can. I'm sure they'll be out tomorrow or Saturday. And like I said, if you're not in any of our other breaks tonight, please stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll talk to you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.